So this is class exercise number 3, part 6, or however you want to call this. So just want to keep things picking up where we left off from with it. So I want to try some small fonts here with it, just to let you see the small fonts with it as well. So the small tags with it, so we can do something like this. Um, let's do an H2, so it'll be a little larger fonts for you to see. And let's do something like HTML small, so you get a sense of what is the small part of this thing look like with it. So let me do small, the word small, in between, closing off of that with it, and then coming over it, let's do HTML formatting, something like this. Okay, so let me do Control S, saves this, come over here and refresh this, and you can see the word in the middle, small, is a smaller with it. All right, so this is formatting. Now, you don't see the impact of this yet because we're going from code to browser, code to browser. What if I gave it to you in a browser and I want you to write the code? Okay, so eventually you got to go both ways in this as well. So what you see here, you got to be able to produce this over in the code side with it as well. Okay, so let's do another one. This code, I'm just going down this list right here. The next one I want to talk to you about is the marked with it. So let me take the same line that we just did here, and I'm just going to come down here and just paste this down here, and instead of the small over here, take that out, use the mark. I'm going to close off that mark with it, and I'm going to say HTML. So what I'm saying, this is marked word. Okay, formatting. So Control S saves this. Refresh this over here. You can see how this is marked as highlight yellow with it. That's what that does with it. All right. Next one is, let's do something like an insert. Insert's a little different. Insert defines that the insert where the added text is going to be with it. So let me do something else with this. Let me add down here, and I'm going to come down here. Let me add in a paragraph tag that's going to be inserted, so you can see what's being removed. In here, you know, what's being deleted. Okay, let's do the delete first before I do the insert for this with it as well. So let's do paragraph. The delete element represents deleted removed, basically, text. Okay, so Control S, just do that first line. You can see just a regular text that comes across this. Let me get this in uppercase T, so that's just punctually with it. So uppercase that, Control S saves that. I want the upper with it. So it represents the delete. This is what we're about to do, the delete for the thing with it. So I'm going to come down here, take the same sentence with it, paragraph tag. I'll make up something else so it sounds a little different. My favorite color is, and then I'm going to put in a delete tag. Let's say blue. I'm going to do red. Okay, so closing off this paragraph tag, Control S saves it. So this is the delete text between here with it, right? Refresh this. You notice that the delete has been struck through, right? It has a line which indicates it's been struck through. This is a deleted text with it. If you want to put a little message on there, deleted text is strike through. Okay. Okay, so you strike through the deleted text with it. Control S, just with it. All right. So come down here and let's do the inserted one with it. So when you look at the inserted text with this, how does this work with the inserted text? This is the HTML where it actually, the insert is the element that actually defines the insert or add text with this. I'm going to repeat the same paragraph that we just did here, so I don't have to type much with it. This time it's going to be the insert for this thing. Instead of saying the insert, all right, I'll say insert represents the inserted or what's being, instead of saying remove, this is going to be inserted. And this is going to be basically added, right? So this with it, added text with it. So if I Control S saves that, and I'll say the same color with it. My favorite color, instead of saying this, I'm going to say insert here, insert here. All right. Let me just take up this delete text right here. With it. Control S, come over here, saves it, refresh the screen, and you notice that my favorite color is blue. The inserted text is underlined with it. That's another way I represent this as well. Now, you might ask, well, why do I need to do add and insert and delete and all this stuff with this? Well, again, this is for accessibility. In accessibility, the browser reads this and it picks up these tags and allows the user as to hear what's being striked through, what's being inserted. All right. So visually, if you're impaired, you cannot see this, but you could hear the audio that the screen reader's reading across this as well. All right, let me come down here. I want to talk to you about, so that's the insert. Let's do some HTML subscripts with this as well, since we got here with it. So let me come down here. Let me do the same paragraph. Let's see. Let me take this paragraph right here. Now I'm going to just take up this middle part right here. Right. And I'm going to say something with the subscript. So with a subscript that you have, you can say is this is sub. This is the superscript I meant to say, not the, well, let's do subscript. That's fine. Let's do that. Doesn't matter. It's I want to do the sequence I present it to you. Elements, define the superscript with it as well with it. So superscript text. All right. And we can end that with it. So what does this look like? Now we got to close off with that that subscript, that whatever you like to do. Let's do it from here to here. Okay. Control S saves it. Come on over here and refresh that. You notice this is sub means below, right? So we do the same thing. Let me just do this. Take that paragraph what we just did. And we're going to do a superscript by doing that's a P. That change that to a P, and this is no longer a subscript. This is, we need to change this into a superscript text with it, right? Control S, and you notice I moved that element word to a little higher with it as well. So footnotes, footnote number 1, footnote number 2, so on with it, right? So I want to give you this list, and I'm going to post a list on eCampus in your file as well with it. There's going to be a lot of stuff that, some tags that I want you to know, such as, I lost that mouse here. All right, let me give you a list of stuff that you need to know here. So this is a documentation. So some lists for you to be familiar with. HTML text formatting, elements, things such as tags I need for you to know, and I'm going to give you another column over here. It's called description. I have a whole cheat sheet for you. First one we talked about is the bold, right, tag. That was going to be what defines bold text. The second one's going to be the emphasis, and that one's going to be what emphasizes the text. Right? So emphasize text, right? And the next one we're going to be is the italic text with it, right? Defines the italic text, right? And next one we're going to talk about is going to be the see, bow, strong. Did I leave the word strong out? Yeah, strong. And the strong is the one that actually is going to define important text. All right. Next one we need to talk about is the small. And the small is the one that actually defines smaller text. And the last one, and some more here. Let's see here, some sub. Let me do that. Let me just type all this subscript here. It'd be faster if I did this. Let me do this, and then we talk about the insert, right? And then we talked about the delete. This is the one that looks like strike through. The insert that has an underline, and the one that's marked is highlighted in yellow. Okay, so just to give you a few of these things. So the sub is the one that is below, right? Defines the subscript. Text, right? That's a subscript text with it, and let me do script text. All right. This one defines the superscript text. This one defines the this is the insert. So inserts in the text. Insert text. Inserted text. Let's say yellow or underline, I should say, right? So you can remember that. And the deleted, it's the one that strike through, right? Defines the deleted text, which is the strike through. Right? And then the marked is the one that is defines the marked, or I should say highlighted text, yellow highlighted text with it. All right. So I'm going to put a note here. I'm going to say refer to the cheat, the HTML cheat sheet that I'm going to actually post under the reference link, okay, in eCampus. Cool. So I'm gonna stop right here for the formatting with it.